So I've got a few things to do today. Normally I'd ride my motorbike there, but I thought because some of the places I'm going are a little bit unique or, well, noteworthy, I thought I'd walk there and show you along the way what some of the back roads are like here on the west side. Just past the Rp6.5m supermarket, which is a chain of supermarkets here in Sanur and Renon. I think they've got 4 or 5 branches. They're a little bit more local style than something like Grand Lucky up there on the bypass, but they're not quite so local like a local market. They're sort of an in-between thing, and they're quite good. The prices are quite good. You do need to shop around here in Sanur to get the best price on every product, but they do a pretty good job at Rp6.5m. The road I'm on is actually called Jalan Batur Sari. It's a long road that stretches all the way up into the Intaran village, and in the direction that I'm heading, it actually changes. The name changes into Jalan Muktisari, and then from there you can get down to the bypass. I'm going to take a few of the back streets around here, places that I've never shown before, so you get a bit of an idea of what some of the back streets on the west side look like. I'll show you a few little points along the way which might be interesting, such as accommodation and how much it costs per month and what the style is like. So I've just turned down the road called Jalan Bet-Ngandang. I don't know if it's bet or but, because in Indonesian there's 2 ways to pronounce the letter E. It's either or e. But I think it's Bet-Ngandang, and this road actually leads all the way to the bypass. A few interesting things along this road. Warung SMS, they do cooking classes there, but it's also a warung. And then MD Warung, which does curries, and they're really good. Like I really actually love MD Warung. It's a really nice place. I actually think that it's worth coming across the other side of the bypass for, because it's just a nice small warung that does nice, well, they're more like Indian style curries, but they're just really good. The other thing about Bet-Ngandang is that saying the word ngandang is quite difficult. Like so the word starts with an NG. Yeah, so NG is the start of the word. So in English we wouldn't do that. We'd always have NG at the end of the word, like sing. So you've got to make that sing sound at the start of a word. And it's quite difficult when you're first learning Indonesian to actually say it. You've got to go ngandang. Like when I first started learning how to do that, I actually would say the word sing at the start of the word. So I would say singandang, and that works. So, and then after a while you just get rid of the SI and it just becomes ngandang. If you do it wrong, it'll sound like nyandang. Now I know some people do pronounce it nyandang, and well, it's wrong, because that's another thing, like, because in Indonesian there are some words that start with NY as well, like nyanyi, and nyanyi is a hard one to say as well. That means sing, and that just goes to show that when you're learning a language, you can develop some really confusing ways to remember different things, which I've done because the word sing features in both ny and ng. This is a little, oh, nice little offerings there. This drainage canal, this services a whole lot of the west side, and it flows in that direction along this road, which we're going to go down now. It's called Jalan Tirta Akasa, and this sometimes floods this little canal. So what they've done in recent times is put these poles in, so that if you're driving down this flooded road, you don't accidentally drive into the really deep part, which is that canal. This place is Kayu Manis Private Villa and Spa. They've got a restaurant in there as well. I don't know too much about it, but for me, when I see that place, it looks like it might be a little bit classy and good. I know it's not ideal in terms of location for a lot of people coming on holiday to Sanur, but if it's the type of place that I think it is, where it's more like a private retreat, it doesn't really matter so much, especially when you can get cars around the place pretty easily these days. It's all very residential around this area. I actually really like it. They have there's a little warung Jawa there, dirt cheap. Like for example, the cheapest thing on the menu there is nasi pecel, and nasi campur 10,000, you know, really, really cheap. Nasi goreng biasa, just a normal nasi goreng, 12,000. This is quite close to the local mosque. There's a local mosque here, which is up this road here. So this is a little sort of dead end road where the mosque is. It's called Gang Mushola, and yeah, it's just a local place. I don't hear any noise from the mosque, so it's not like in Java where you might hear the call to prayer blasting, you know, for miles around. It's not like that up here. Quite low key. You wouldn't even know it's here unless you accidentally came up this road one day And that's how I know it's here, because I took a wrong turn once. Well, not once, like heaps of times when I first moved to Sanur. I kept turning up this road and kept coming up to this mosque and thinking, oh God, I know this is a dead end. So that's up here, a little mosque there. But you'll find a lot of the drivers of the motorbikes around here, like Grab and Gojek, are from Java. Almost all of them. There's not that many Balinese Hindus that are doing that. So most of those guys, they'll be popping in there from time to time for a bit of a rest. And if it's like Friday, they'll have a thing called Jumatan. Jumatan is where, it's like Friday prayers. That's what it is. Where most, well, I don't know, I wouldn't say most, but a lot of Muslims, especially the Muslim men, will go to the Friday prayers. They'll go with their little rolled up mat and they'll go and listen to a sermon by the head dude. Now, why is that important? Well, if you're in Java or a more heavily Muslim place, you'll find that you can't even get a cab when it's Jumatan, because all the guys who are doing all the work, they're all off praying. I mean, even in Bali, it's a little bit like that as well. Not as significant, but certainly in Java, things are different at around 12:30. If you want to go anywhere and you want to avoid traffic, bang, do it while everyone's at Jumatan. You can zip around really quickly. One of the things that Sanur is known for is how many schools there are in the area, like really good ones. Like there's another one here, like Little Star School, playgroup, kindergarten and primary school. This is pretty central to Sanur, but a lot of them are up further north. A lot of the good schools are up there. There's international schools, there's all sorts of different schools of different levels, and different levels of budget is what I'm more talking about rather than just quality. So at any level of sort of budget, you can find school for your kids. So it's becoming a little bit more popular, Sanur, for families, because they know they can get their kids into really good schools over here. So I'm really getting into the Backstreets now, a little alleyway down here. This cuts through eventually to the bypass. So I'm just taking a few left, right type turns, mainly down roads that I already know, that I've been down before, but I don't walk them. I normally come down here on a motorbike. I'm going to a friend's house actually who lives down this way. These aren't really through roads. You know, they're not roads that most people are going to go down, because they go between two places that most people don't want to go to. But I go down them because it's from my house to my friend's house. So yeah, that's why I would use these roads. That place, I think, might be a little, I don't know, a bit shut now. It's called Malacca Secret. Before, it's like a cafe, you could go in there. They do vegan food, just very good quality, healthy food. In recent times, I've heard that if you want to go there, you have to make a booking. And I'm guessing that's because it probably isn't, well, it probably doesn't get that many customers if you just have the doors open every day and you've got to staff it and you don't get any customers. It probably cost you a fortune. Location is, I like the location, but the location means you don't get the passing foot traffic. I guess that's a bit of a problem in Sanur, isn't it? You know, if people don't know you exist, even if you're good, it might be difficult to survive. But on that note, that Malacca also has that Lemo place down on the beach next to Seagrass. Again, another sort of vegan, gluten-free type deal. I'm not into that food. Like, it's not why I go to places. I'll eat it, especially if it's good, but I don't sort of, you know, some people are vegans, so they will go and try all of those places. There are other places in Sanur that are targeting vegans and gluten-free type people as well. One of them is called, well, I don't know how to say it. If you say it in Indonesian, it's ko'od, or in the bule world would say kood. Well, I just say ko'od, K-O-O-D. Now that's up near the Pandai Putri back there, well, sort of near it. And that's pretty good. I've had a bit of food there before. Even for a non-vegan person, there is some good stuff there. Now this place here is called the Alantara. This is one of the really good hotels in Sanur. Underappreciated a little bit. It's a little bit older, it's been around for a long time, and it's underappreciated because of the location. It's not near the beach. Good quality. They've got shuttle services into town. Yeah, a good hotel with a bit of age on it, which is quite nice as well. Now, what I'm showing you on the screen there, you'll see has been blurred out. Now, I've blurred that out because if I try and upload a video with that on there, to YouTube, it will be blocked and it will not be shown to you. So I've actually quite a few times uploaded videos where that sign, because those signs are all around Sanur, you know, they might sort of swing past really quickly over my shoulder and be in the frame for like maybe half a second. And because the quality of the video is quite sharp, YouTube sees it and then they block it. They don't let me put it up. So when I'm walking around like this, I've got to go through every frame and make sure there's none of those signs in them, because they're all over town. Yeah, and just make sure I don't get banned. That there is an apartment complex. Yeah, nice little apartment complex. Massive swimming pool out the front. Multi-story thing. Those little units, they're owned by a German guy. A German guy owns it. And they're really good. The quality's really good. And because the guy's German, he's got all these strict rules, which you don't really get in Bali. The good thing about those strict rules is that it feels quite nice to be there. So I've got a friend who lives there, pays I think 6.5 million a month for a little 1-bedroom unit. And the good thing about it is you've got a swimming pool, you've got air conditioning. For example, you're not allowed to hang your washing out the front of your house because it disturbs other people. He's got a few other rules that I can't really remember at the moment. And he's always over there trying to fix things up, inspecting stuff, making sure the staff are doing the right thing, just making sure the standard's high. I really like that. I really like that. That really sort of, I was about to say discipline. I mean, you don't want to be disciplined at home, but you know what I mean? Like it's sort of like a high, you're setting a high bar so that when you live there, it's good. Now, he won't just sort of let anyone live there either. He interviews you first to make sure he's the type of person he wants living there, which is nice as well. So you get a good style of person living there rather than, you know, some rough people. 6.5 million. He's actually got 2-bedroom apartments in there as well, which are a bit more expensive, but that's really good value for the quality on offer. Location's good as well. Like if you can look forward here, at the end of this road, you can see some cars in the distance. That's the bypass. So you're quite close to the bypass on the west side. Yeah, not a bad place. I like it. I really like that place. So I mean, I'd quite happily live there if I didn't have a house of my own. Next place coming up here is a place called Warung Flamingo. Now, why do I mention that place? Well, I've never eaten in there before. Yeah. But I will do a review of it one day. The reason I mention it is because I actually order food from there a lot. So they have a weekly menu, and you sort of, not subscribe to it, but sort of at the start of the week you say you want these meals, and they'll sort of send them to you. And they're from all over the world, the sort of meals they send you, but the quality is very good and the portions are massive. And the price for the quality and the portion size is just fantastic. I reckon it's one of the best places to get your meals delivered from in all of Sanur. Like if you're here for a little bit longer term and you speak to those guys and you get your meals delivered, fantastic. They drop them off at about, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you want to eat them right then, they're hot. Or if you just wait an hour until your dinner time and you're heating them up in the microwave or whatever, just brilliant. Brilliant place. Highly recommend it. So I would actually go there and try out the food off the normal menu if I were you, because I think it's that good. I will do a review of it in time, but yeah, brilliant. Okay, we're now at the bypass. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to nick across. I have to go to the bank. I'm going to nick across to the bank, get some cash out. But what I'm also going to do, I'm going to investigate. Oh, here we go. This is great. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to go onto the bypass here because this idiot is on the footpath. Yeah, getting back to the point. So I'm going to investigate the e-money situation at the BCA Bank. Well, what's that? There's something going to be opening up there for sure. From the NDP Culinary Group. And then start. Interesting. So I'm going to find out what the e-money situation is at BCA, because I know that those e-money cards have been problematic for people. Hey. The e-money cards have been problematic. I mean, I feel like I've said this e-money thing like 50,000 times trying to get my words out. The e-money situation has been problematic for people for a long time when they want to catch buses and the little shuttle bus up and down the main road. So I'm going to make sure they've got them there, they've got stock, find out whether they put a bit of credit on there for you, or whether they sell you a blank card and you've got to fill it up yourself. I'll go and check it out. So just crossing the bypass here, you'll find the bus stop is just there. That's Jalan Kadang Sari. That nicks across to where the Hyatt Hotel is. It's one of those back streets to the bypass from the Hyatt. And then just up there, you can maybe about 100 metres, you can see the BCA Bank. And it's the BCA that I'm going to today. So it's very accessible to anyone who's sort of staying in the southern end of town. But you do have to be patient and wait for your gaps in the traffic, because this bypass can be a bit chaotic. I'm going to make a go for it here. You do have to be a little bit careful here as well that you look to the right, even though it's one way. Often you'll get motorbikes coming the wrong way along this verge here, because it's difficult for them to get onto that side of the road over there. To get to that side of the road, you've actually got to go miles down that way and do a U-turn. So rather than do that, sometimes they scoot up here until they find a gap up there. So you just got to be a little bit careful. Usually what happens is, because there's traffic lights about a couple of Ks up there and traffic lights down that end, there are natural gaps in the traffic after about 5 minutes, because those traffic lights change every 5 minutes. So you just got to wait, just wait. The gap appears and just go straight across. Well, there goes the bus now. That's going into Kuta. Okay, that's the BCA. I'll go in, I obviously won't film inside, and I'll go and ask them. Okay, so that was quick. I've clarified the situation. You are not allowed to buy e-money cards from BCA Bank unless you have a bank account in BCA, and you cannot get a BCA bank account unless you have a residency visa. So for tourists or visitors to Bali, you cannot buy an e-money card there. Just forget BCA altogether. I actually was recommending BCA to all and sundry, because that was one of the places that I believed, well, I know you can buy them from, and it's quite reliable to actually get them from there, but it seems that it's only for people who are residents, and that's part of the problem with me being a resident. My experience is sometimes a little bit different to what yours will be. So I've clarified it there. You cannot go there. Cannot go there if you're a visitor. So yeah, forget that. Look, thanks for coming along for that little walk along the west side to the bank with me today. I hope you enjoyed the journey here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time in Sampai Jumpa.